took me till just now to realize that I recorded that whole section in slow-mo and not in normal video. So I have to record everything again. Yay me. Hello guys. Okay, so it's June 6th. This project will span over a couple days, which is why you'll probably see me change outfits in the middle of it because I ordered some stuff that hasn't come yet that I need for the project. So this was going to take a couple days, but that's okay. So basically, here's the first project of the summer. Everybody get hype. We're going to do rubber block printing on fabric. Now, I've done lots of rubber block printing before. I'm going to put some pictures of different times that I've done it over here. Wow, look at me. Oh, I'm so good. Oh my gosh, wow, look, she's so talented. Wrong. It's all an illusion. Anyway, I've only ever done this kind of printing on paper before. I have screen printed on shirts before, but that was when I actually had access to all that material, which I do not anymore. So rubber block printing is much more user-friendly that you can do at home without a bunch of equipment that I don't have. So I really want to print on fabric with a rubber block because I've never done that before. I've done it a lot on paper and I don't have good ink for it. It's just one of those ink pads, like the ones you stamp on to the rubber block, but that ink is not very high quality. So I ordered a brayer roller off of Amazon and some Speedball fabric ink. I don't know if they're going to be good. I researched a little bit and they seemed okay. So I guess we'll find out if it's ideal or not. Let's put it that way. So I wasn't actually going to do anything. I was going to wait until all that stuff came because I was like, oh, well, why would I need to do anything? You know, why? So I actually just didn't even think about it. I was like, oh, I don't need to do anything. I need designs. I need to design something so I can carve it into a rubber block, which I can do right now, and I don't have to wait. So that's what we're gonna do today, but I need to do some sketches and stuff, so let's take this to my local coffee shop. So I'm going to a local coffee shop to do some sketches. I like to do this because it kind of gets me away from my room and the distractions and stuff. I park in the parking lot across the street and I walk. I forgot how much crap was in my car, honestly. I forget every time I drive. My little no-face guy just chilling out, you know? So I walked over there. I accidentally got someone else's drink, to be honest. I thought that they said my name and then they didn't, so some poor girl got my drink and I got hers, but I hope you enjoyed your drink. Sorry, I didn't mean to take your drink. But here we are just doing some sketches. I was thinking about doing some like tattoo kind of ideas and stuff like that, and I decided to color them just for the sketchbook, but for the actual blocks, they probably won't be in color most likely, but just thought it would be fun to kind of do that, so it was pretty fun. Here's the little setup here, pretty good. And then I had to walk back to my car, very caffeinated, and it was a beautiful day outside, so it was a good time. And now back to previous Maddie. We got some really cute designs, I think. I really like how they turned out. I was really excited. Now that we have those designs, right, I will have to digitize them. So then they're cleaned up and I can move some elements around and stuff like that and kind of decide on a final look for it. So I'm going to do that right now. Why don't you join me? You have to. This is my YouTube channel. You're coming with me. Here I am digitizing some stuff. I don't actually have that long to talk because it is really fast and sped up. But I picked out like my top 10 favorite sketches and just kind of went with it. Probably going to keep the words for some of them. Probably won't keep the words for other ones. It just really depends on how much space I have. We're almost done, actually. But which one's your favorite? Let me know. Also, sorry for the vertical and the black lines and stuff. I Procreate doesn't export them the other way, so literally can't do anything about it. Okay, I'm out of time. Okay, bye. That's so many. That is so many, dude! Okay, this isn't a tutorial, but I guess I'll show you what I'm using. I use these rubber blocks that are 4 inches by 6 inches. I use some just paper, regular utensils, and my iPad is my makeshift light table. That's just where I keep my carving tools because that's where they fit. So, because my blocks have to be small and I want these patches to be small, I had to take the photos of them on my iPad and then shrink them down with my fingers and screenshot them. I'm a professional, I swear. But anyway, really, I just wanted them to be smaller because I had to make sure that they could fit as many as I could on this one little 4" by 6" block, which is really hard, but I really didn't want to waste any rubber. And I think I did a pretty good job because I ended up only having a couple of pieces that were unusable. The other few I can probably turn into other little stamps. So yeah, very exciting. And then I just made sure everything fit and then everything worked out. Cut everything down as much as I could to kind of fit everything in there. So I did have to omit some details. And so yeah, let's get carving, shall we? I decided to start with the little paper airplane. I was having trouble transferring it because I forgot how to do it for some reason. I swear I know how. I've done this a lot. But really what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to write in pen on your design first and then cover it in graphite. So then when you transfer it with something on top, it will actually turn out okay. This just kind of turned out as like a fuzzy mess. But it did turn out okay. I won't show the carving process for each thing, but you leave whatever you want in color, you leave that part raised, and you carve everything else away. So then you're just left with your final image. I did my little key, I did my safety pin, and then here's a better example of the transfer process, the way you're supposed to do it. It's a lot easier, and here's all the ones I did at once. I got so excited I could do it. Did my spider, my little deck of cards, 8-ball, little watering can. I decided to omit some details because some of them details were getting lost in the carving. They were just too small. Oh yeah, and it's morning now because it was taking too long. It was like midnight and I needed to sleep. And I really like how some of these turned out. It was just a lot of fun to kind of work with these really small blocks instead of the big ones that I normally work with. And yeah, here are all the finished little stamps, except for the key one because I was dumb and I left it on the bed for some reason. So sorry, little guy.
And back to you, Maddie from the past, who's way less cool than I am.
Now it's time to find some clothes to actually print on. I have some random stuff in my closet that I can print on, but I might go and just thrift some more because, you know, I could sell them, I guess, if I really wanted to, or give them to friends, or they do make good gifts. They do make good gifts. Right now, let's find some clothes in my closet. You can't come with me because my closet is a travesty. Don't follow me. Don't you dare follow me. Don't follow me. Don't do it. I'm going into the abyss. Goodbye. I have social anxiety. Bet you didn't notice that all the clothes are actually sitting right there because I filmed it before and I actually had to go in my closet later. Bet you didn't even notice till I pointed it out, huh? Huh? Yeah, you think you're so smart? You probably are. I'm sorry to insult your intelligence. You're very smart. Thank you for putting up with me. Let's get this. Okay, so first I have this little tan overshirt that I really like. I really like suit it. I'm thinking about putting some stamps potentially on the cuffs, on the pockets, or on the collar, or even on the bottom somewhere. Same for this kind of shirt. I just think it'd be fun to really spice it up, especially as an artist. It's fun to have those little decorated, individualized pieces of fashion. Next I have these pants. Now these things are destroyed, seriously. It's like they're basically shorts at this point, but you can put stuff on the pockets as I'm thinking about putting stamps around the big holes that you can see in my knees or down by the cuffs of the pants. Same with this one. I like these pants. And as you can see, I already put a patch back there because I had a hole right there. Not a great place to get a hole, but we made do. And yeah, there's just a lot of good places you can put stuff. On the sweater that I like a lot, but I don't wear a lot, there's the whole cuff on the bottom, on the sides, or on the wrists or shoulders. And the neckline would probably be a really good spot. Same for this one. There's just a lot of little places that you could put a lot of fun stuff. So yeah, right now there's nothing else to film. The stuff hasn't gotten here yet. I'll see you guys tomorrow. See how this goes. And cool transition. So I lied. It's June 10th now, and I have carved all of the stamps. I've done all the things, and I was supposed to get my fabric ink and my brayers over the weekend, but there was a weird thing with the mailing address, and so I didn't get them until today, and it's Monday. So That was very sad. I didn't know what to do with myself all weekend, but that's okay. So this is taking longer. I wanted to finish this video a couple days ago. We're here. We're here now, and we're gonna finish this up. I should mention that I have done relief printing before when it comes to putting ink on a block and then printing that thing on something else. And so I'm hoping that this works. I do know that fabric ink and water-based ink dries very quickly. It doesn't take as long to dry, but it does really, really, really dry quickly. So I'm hoping that I don't run into that problem today. We're kind of makeshift working this out. We're going to hope for the best. So yeah, pretty much. We're just going to kind of go with it. I thrifted some clothes this weekend, like shirt, which I really like, that are pretty plain and could probably use some spicing up as well. So, but we're gonna hope for the best. Oh, by the way, everything that I use is gonna be linked in the description because maybe you want to try this for yourself. Maybe you don't want to spend a lot of money and you want to do something really fun and cool. You get your money's worth. Don't worry. So yeah, if you want to try this for yourself, everything will be linked in the description. So I got you. I got you, fam. Don't worry about it. We're here today and we're gonna do it. Yay. Alright, so these are my brayers. They just roll the ink from the surface onto the stamp so then you don't get any smudges or anything. I'm using this canvas, just the plastic on it, because you need a plastic surface to roll the ink on. I forgot about that. And there's a Speedball ink. Here's what the stamps look like on paper. I wanted to test them and really check and see if there were any things I needed to fix before I actually started printing. And yeah, let's get right into it. I decided to go with white because white goes with most things. As you can see, I'm kind of making a square of ink and really like making that that ink smooth on my brayer so then it doesn't get all smudgy or have clumps or anything like that. So I want it to go on smooth. I was really happy with how some of these shirts turned out because they really just need a little bit stuff. The first shirt printed really well. This one did not print as well. I think it was the type of fabric, but I also think I maybe just needed to put more ink on the surface there, and I didn't do that, but oh well, it's alright. But as you can see, I'm just kind of rolling the ink on as smoothly as I can. I probably should have picked a different color for this one, because the white did not show up as well on this brown as I wanted it to. I thought it would show up just as well as the other one did, but oh well. I tried printing on this sweater and it just didn't work. It just didn't show up, and I'm wondering if it was the fabric or because it was white on this really light blue, but oh well. For these pants, I first went white, but then it just didn't show up, so I just added some blue into my white, and yeah, it turned out pretty nice. This was the one I had most fun on. I think denim works the best out of all the fabrics that I've done this on so far. Definitely darker colors. Fabric works better, in my opinion, but I really like just adding these little things. These are some of my favorite jeans, so it's gonna be fun to add that. As you can see, I just pulled the plastic off. And here's some of the finished. I just did some stuff on the collars and the pockets for the most part, and that one did not show up as well, but some of them did. Putting the ones on the cuffs were really fun, especially this one with the key and the padlock. And some of them on here are harder to see, but they're very fun. And I had a lot of fun doing it. And they were really easy to clean, just some water. And then for the brayers, you just use a little bit of soap and a little bit of water. So yeah, easy cleanup as well. So yeah, back to you, Maddie. Well, that's the first project of the summer done. Overall, I was really happy with how it turned out. I was kind of bummed I couldn't do anything on the sweaters because the fabric just did not work with it. Even the one I thought was gonna work, it didn't end up working at all. So that kind of sucks. But that's fine because I was able to kind of spice up some clothing that I feel kind of meh about sometimes. It's nice, some little subtle touches here and there, and I will definitely do more on other things like tote bags or fabric or socks. It might be fun to kind of spice up my boring sock selection. Overall, I'd say that the Speedball fabric ink was really, really great, actually. I was expecting it to dry super duper fast, but it actually held out way longer than I thought it would, and it was really good for specifically for the rubber block printing. I don't think I did as well considering like the fabric. I didn't think about the fabric that I chose. That wasn't part of my calculations. But overall, I was really, really happy with how the ink really looked and kind of held up. I didn't use all the colors, but I have such a minimalistic colored wardrobe right now that it's kind of hard to add just random color to things and then still want to wear it. Yeah. I think the brayers were awesome. I've used them before. These ones, at least the bigger one, kept having a pin that fell out, which was a little annoying, but that's also just I paid $10 for it and it worked fine. So it's pretty good. That's this project. I will definitely do this again. Highly recommend if you just want to spice up your wardrobe or some fabric thing. Like I'm thinking about maybe printing these things on my pillowcase or on a tote bag that I have just lying around. And I definitely didn't chicken out when it came to printing on my clothes. I was scared I was going to. The first project of the summer is done, and I don't know what the next one will be. I have a huge like Google Doc list of all the things that I've been wanting to do, and we're gonna get to them one at a time. Me and a friend of mine are talking about doing some collabs in July at some point on both of our different channels, so then we can both try something fun and new and not just by ourselves. That is the one thing I know is coming up. Anyway, thank you for joining me on this fun little excursion or whatever. I'm sorry it didn't come out as soon as I wanted it to, but I only have 10 subscribers, so I don't think you're all waiting with bated breath for me to post. Maybe you are. I don't know. Thank you for coming along, and I hope to see you next time. Peace and love. Bye bye.